Welcome to the WHHI-TV Daily News. I'm Betsy McDaniel. As always, there's a lot to cover in the Lowcountry, so let's get started with our headlines. For many of us, surveillance cameras have become an acceptable nuisance, but for law enforcement agents, they can be critical crime fighters. The State Law Enforcement Division is asking if anyone has video of vehicles traveling in Jasper or Hampton counties along Browning Gate Road, Heritage Road, Mill Pond Road, Possum Corner Road, and Corner Lake Road between 1 and 3 p.m. last Wednesday, April 3rd. Video from those times and places might give them a break in the search for suspects after a woman was found bound and unresponsive near a Jasper County boat ramp. The victim has been identified, but her identity has not been released because they fear it might jeopardize the investigation. Beaufort County law enforcement investigators have finally found a suspect in the theft of a car last summer from the Yummy Hibachi and Sushi restaurant in Port Royal. At the time of the theft, the car was idling and had a passenger in the back seat. 33-year-old Quantrell Hills of Orangeburg, a man with a lengthy criminal history, is currently charged with stealing the car and kidnapping. Back last July, Port Royal police worked a wreck involving the stolen car, and while they were talking to the passenger who was still in the back seat, Hills allegedly ran from the scene. We've got a few school items to share before we head into spring break next week. First, the Sea Islands Heritage Academy Charter School on Ladies Island has opened its doors for enrollment. The school will begin next fall with just 6th and 7th graders in a program that will place an emphasis on teaching about the arts, history, and natural resources of the Gullah Geechee corridor. Every year a grade will be added, so the 7th graders will grow with the school. While a permanent campus is being built over the next 2 years, initial classes will be held at the Grace AME Church on Ladies Island. Also, if you have a 4-year-old planning on going to kindergarten this fall, now is the time to make sure your child is up to date with their vaccinations. The State Health Department has sent out a reminder that you will need to show proof of vaccinations for your student to be enrolled. Your child's doctor or the health department can tell you what specific vaccinations are needed and what, if any, exemptions are allowed. And if you or a loved one is graduating from a state college this spring, you've got to deal with tuition as rates have been frozen for in-state students for the last 6 years. But this year, there's not enough money in the state budget to extend that tuition freeze any longer. The state Senate is debating whether to allow up to a 2% increase in tuition to meet inflation. That would equal less than half of the $128 million colleges in the state had asked for to cover the costs of keeping the tuition frozen. And finally today, every lottery winner has a story, and a Greenville man is sure to be telling his for many years. After forgetting his Powerball tickets at a convenience store last week, he went back to the store on his way home from work and bought 2 more Moneymaker scratch-off tickets. One of them was worth $20, and the other one was worth $1 million. The unidentified man plans to keep his job and invest the money for his retirement. The media sources on your screen will have more on these and other stories, and we would love for you to like us on Facebook and follow us on Instagram at WHHI-TV. And if you have an idea for a news story, we'd love to hear it, so drop us a line at news@WHHITV.com. And now here's Justin Jarrett with what happened last night in the Loco.
Hey, it's time for Last Night in the Loco on WHHI, powered by LowcoSports.com. It was a thrilling Tuesday night on the soccer pitch, and Team Lowco correspondent Conner Worl was in the den to see if the Bluffton boys could turn the tables on top of the table Lucy Beckham, and the Bobcats did just that. We broke down the highlights from a huge 2-0 win and heard postgame comments from man of the match Federico Guerra on last night's LowcoSports Lowdown, and updated the Region 7 4A boys table, which is crowded after James Island blanked May River 4-0 and Hilton Head kept pace with a 3-2 result at Colleton County. In other boys matchups, Hilton Head Christian Academy won a shootout 4-3 over Hilton Head Prep after a 1-1 draw. Beaufort fell 3-1 to Hanahan, and Whale Branch picked up a region win. West Kerr saw Hilton Head Prep's girls in a dominant 4-0 win over HHCA, with Furman commit Caledondo leading the charge with a brace. And May River's girls earned a huge 2-0 result at James Island to tighten the Region 7 4A girls table, while Hilton Head blanked Colleton County and Lucy Beckham remained perfect with a rout of Bluffton. John Paul II softball held off Hilton Head for an 8-5 win, while Beaufort's Adeline Johnson struck out 8 of 9 batters in a 3-inning perfect game against North Charleston, and James Island edged May River 4-3 despite a pair of home runs for Addison Roppel. Heavy slate of baseball and softball in the Loco tonight. We'll have the scores, highlights, and analysis on the Lowdown at 10 p.m. For Loco Sports and WHHI, I'm Justin Jarrett. Until next time, go Loco.
Thanks, Justin. What's the weather going to be like for the rest of the week? Let's find out with Maria.
Thanks, Betsy. Yep, so taking a look ahead, it does look like we're on a day full of thunderstorms, but then we're going to have beautiful sunny weather throughout the rest of the weekend. So taking a look at Thursday, we're going to see scattered thunderstorms throughout the day. This could be bringing flash flooding, so if you're going to be on the road, do be careful. But those storms should be clearing up by the evening. Taking a look at the temperatures, Hilton Head's going to have a high of 73, a low of 64. Bluffton's going to have a high of 74, a low of 63. And Beaufort's going to have a high of 73 and a low of 64. The sunrise for Thursday is going to be at 6:58 and sunset's going to be at 7:50. Looking at the tides, low tide's going to be at 12:03 p.m. and low tide's going to be at 7:09 p.m. Taking a look into the rest of the week and into the weekend, Friday's going to be sunny with the highs in the mid-70s, lows in the mid-50s. Come Saturdays, again, it's going to be sunny with highs in the upper 70s, lows in the low 50s. And then come Sunday, it's going to be sunny once again with highs getting back up to the upper 70s, lows are going to be in the mid-50s. That's it for today. Let's send it back to the desk.
Thanks, Maria. When we come back from a quick break, we're going to learn about a fantastic program that's being offered by the Beaufort County School District. Don't go away.